Last night, the Indiana Fever faced off against their former teammate Dana Bonner, and the tension was electric. You could feel the bad blood simmering, see the sharp glances exchanged. And then came that moment everyone's buzzing about. Caitlin Clark made it crystal clear she wasn't letting Bonner steal the spotlight. This game was personal, raw, and unfiltered. So, whose side were you on, Clark or Bonner? Drop your take below. Let's dive in. The Indiana Fever versus Phoenix Mercury matchup had all eyes on Dana Bonner. Whenever she steps onto the court against her old team, it's a spectacle. And this time, Caitlin Clark wasn't content to sit back and let Bonner dominate. Onoshe made her presence felt, and the cameras didn't miss a beat. Bonner catch and shoot. Bonner driving against Powers. Foul called. Let's set the stage. Dana Bonner.
Catch and shoot for Bonner. Bonner driving against Powers. Oh, that's a foul. And
Bonner. The seasoned vet with championship rings and a resume that fuels her trash talk thrives on getting under opponents' skin. Her messy exit from Indiana to team up with Alyssa Thomas? That wound's still fresh. Fans haven't let it go. Teammates haven't either. And Caitlin Clark? She's been waiting for this all season. Right from tip-off, Bonner was dialed in. Every drive, every bucket, every foul she drew screamed, "I'm here to bury you." She was reminding Indiana what they lost when she walked away. For a stretch, it worked. Bonner was scoring, strutting, chirping at defenders. You could see the Fever feeling the heat, but they weren't backing down. Music enter Lexi Hall. She matched Bonner's fire with her own, refusing to be intimidated. Layups, gritty defense, standing her ground hold brought the spark Indiana needed. The bench was electric, with Clark, Boston, Mitchell hyping every play like it was the playoffs. Then came the turning point. Late in the game, Bonner and Hall got physical bodies colliding, a foul called, and the Fever bench erupted. Clark, in particular, wasn't having it. Bonner sized up Hall, tossing words her way, but Clark fired back, her face screaming, "Not tonight." The game went from intense to downright spicy. Here's why Clark stands out. Most second-year players would shrink against a vet like Bonner, staying quiet and deferring. Not Clark. She's got that sharp, "oh, really?" edge, playing not just basketball, but mind games. Bonner strutted toward the Fever bench, still talking, and Clark didn't flinch. She clapped back with words that hit hard. You could almost hear her saying, "Score all you want, but you're not running us." Bonner didn't see it coming. She's used to being the loudest, the toughest, the vet who sets the tone. But when Clark responded, you saw it. Bonner's smirk, her eye roll, but beneath it, respect. In this league, respect isn't handed out. It's seized, and Clark grabbed it. Sure, Bonner had a solid game, racking up points and playing her style. But the stat sheet isn't what people remember. It's that moment Clark refusing to bow, setting the tone. Showing Bonner this isn't 2015, it's 2025. And a new star is rising on Indiana's bench, ready to steal the show. Let's talk about Bonner's exit from Indiana to chase titles with Alyssa Thomas. That saga still stings. Fans bring it up. Commentators skirt around it. But the players? They feel it. Bonner chose personal goals over team loyalty, and while no one faults her decision, it's fueled Indiana's fire. When Bonner struts in like she owns the court, the Fever take it personally. Clark, the fierce competitor, didn't hesitate to remind her Indiana's not folding. The Fever's response as a unit was electric. After Clark's clapback, the bench came alive. Boston got louder. Mitchell got louder. Even players on the sidelines were waving towels, feeding off Clark's energy. That's leadership not just in points, but in vibe. Clark didn't need to drop 40 to make her point. She did it by showing Indiana's got grit, with her at the core. Critics might say Clark barely played in that stretch, or Bonner outscored her. Miss me with that. Basketball's more than stats, it's about moments, energy, and who owns the narrative. Bonner had points. Clark had the moment, the cherry on top. Lexi Hall sealed it, putting Bonner on the floor with a slick move. The Fever bench lost at Clark Boston, Mitchell laughing, pointing, the arena buzzing. Freeze framed Clark's face, pure satisfaction. She knew the real win wasn't just the score, it was the statement. Indiana won't be pushed around. This wasn't just one play or one foul. It was a young team led by a second-year superstar, standing up to one of the WNBA's slickest trash talkers. Clark didn't just check Bonner. She told the league this new era doesn't bow to veterans, it rewrites the rules. Let's get specific. After that foul on Hall, Indiana challenged the call. Bonner, instead of chilling, strolled toward the Fever bench. Big mistake. Clark leaned in, pointed, and mouthed something that had her teammates cracking up. Social media froze the clip, and now fans are debating. Did Clark shut Bonner down with one line? Clark's trash talk doesn't need volume, it's sharp, sarcastic, and cuts deep. Think back to her Iowa days, staring down defenders with that really smirk. She brought that same vibe here. Bonner wanted to intimidate. Clark flipped it into humiliation. Even the refs looked uneasy. The game wasn't just physical anymore. It was a vibe. By the fourth quarter, Hull hit another tough layup, and the bench went wild. Clark stood, staring Bonner down like, "You're not running this." That's Clark's magic. She shifts momentum without even playing. She's coaching, hyping, and rattling vets from the sideline. By the end, it wasn't Bonner celebrating. It was Indiana's bench, laughing as Bonner slipped on defense and hit the deck. Clark's reaction? Loudest clap, biggest smile, making sure Bonner saw it. That's how you own a moment. Zoom out. This isn't just one game. It's Clark staking her claim not just as a scorer or highlight machine, but as a competitor who won't bow to WNBA royalty. Bonner's had her time, no doubt. But Clark is the present, driving ratings, packing arenas, lifting Indiana from obscurity. When Bonner tried to flex, Clark made it clear, this isn't your stage anymore. At just her second year, Clark's already bold enough to challenge vets like Bonner. Imagine her in 5 years. Spoiler, it's trouble for anyone trying to outshine her. Social media lit up. Some fans say Clark should respect veterans. Others say Bonner needs to face reality. Truth is, respect in sports comes from performance, not seniority. Clark's earning it, not waiting for Bonner's nod. This also speaks to Indiana's new vibe. For years, the Fever were league doormats, always rebuilding. Now, with Clark, Boston, and Hall stepping up, they've got swagger. Clark's vocal stand against Bonner shows Indiana fears no one. Here's the irony. Bonner left Indiana for titles and control, but years later, she's still tangled in drama with the team she thought she'd outgrown. Sports don't forget. History lingers. And it came for Bonner mid-game. The Fever won the moment. Sure, Bonner had stats, but Clark's clapback, Hall's defense, and the bench's energy stole the show. Moments trump numbers, and this one was Clark's. For anyone questioning if Clark can handle the WNBA's physical, it's a veteran-heavy game. This is your answer. She's not just surviving, she's flipping the script. Want to play tough? She's ready. Want to talk trash? She's sharper. Want to stroll by her bench? Get ready for a comeback that'll trend for weeks. This moment, clipped, memmed, replayed, lifts the Fever, the WNBA, and Clark's star power. Bonner? She's looking more like yesterday than today. Bottom line, Clark didn't just check Bonner. She showed the league the torch isn't being passed. It's being snatched with wit, fire, and buckets. Caitlin Clark made sure Dana Bonner knew who's calling the shots, delivering one of the season's fiercest moments. The Fever aren't backing down, and neither is Clark. What did you think of this showdown? Clark's best clapback yet? Share your thoughts below, hit that like button, and subscribe for more breakdowns.